Bautista, one of the competitors on the undercard. It was called out. Daniel Ponce de Leon, they're also scheduled to fight.
Gonna be one of those World Cup things with Golden Boy, Mexico versus Philippine fighters, so should be a great card again like it was. That's gonna be the main event, it looks like. And I believe it's for a title. Ponce de Leon has the WBO.
I'll go ahead and pick Bautista to win that.
I will too. Ponce de Leon just terribly wide open constantly, very much.
Now Bautista did get in trouble.
Yeah, absolutely.
From
Medina.
From
he
this
was undefeated, opponent. So we don't know how good or bad he really is.
But we do know Ponce de Leon can hit.
Yeah.
So if he hits Bautista, who knows?
Yeah. But he's.
I mean, if Bautista gets in trouble against someone with that kind of power, who knows?
Yeah, but he's so wide. He's not a great finisher, so you never know. And Bautista was a pretty straight puncher, pretty accurate puncher.
That's why
more skill.
Definitely have to go with the.
Should be an all-action fight though.
Skill.
Definitely.
But definitely favor Bautista in that fight. Also, let's see.
Speaking of Ponce de Leon, the one person who beat him, Celestino Caballero, will be on the August 4th Marquez-Vasquez rematch card on Showtime. Will be shown, it looks like, finally. So that's good. You'll get to see him. Very good fighter. So
and they should have the winners fight each other.
Absolutely. Yeah, he definitely deserves a shot at the winner of that, which should be Marquez, of course.
Should most definitely be Marquez again.
I would think, since Vasquez quit. So.
Yep, so who knows. But anyhow, then just jumping around here, John Duddy, he's going to be having this fight in June. Then he's going over to Ireland to fight, and he said it'll only be for a short while. He said something like the summer.
Okay. Well, make it short as you can.
Yeah, and then he's coming back here. He just wants to fight in Ireland. Said it's a dream, a boyhood dream he had to fight in his country.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Just don't make a career out of it.
Get it over with. One fight. Come on back.
Go there one fight right now, and then come back here.
Get a knockout.
Next time you go there, make it a big fight.
Absolutely. You might have a title, maybe.
And okay.
Definitely possible.
Moving on, let's go Cintron, Kermit the Frog Cintron. He's going to be fighting Walter Matisse, of course. After that fight, July 14th, he's said he's ready to step into the UFC or some form of mixed martial arts.
Yeah, the ultimate fighting game there.
Yep, and wants to give that a shot.
Yes.
Gary Shaw responded, said if he's serious about it, he'll give him a 3-fight deal with his Elite XC or whatever.
XC, I think, Elite Extreme is the name, so.
Which, that seems to me, that's...
Bad move.
That might, if he does this, if he goes into MMA stuff, maybe that would be the ideal thing for him to go to, because Shaw at least is the closest thing to boxing in MMA.
Of course, But,
so there's that, but I would suggest sticking to boxing.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't done great at boxing, of course. I mean, he's had some decent wins. So, yes, Teddy Reed, who gave him trouble.
He's definitely done better than I think he will in MMA.
Yeah, absolutely.
He has this wrestling background and all this.
Yeah, so could help him a little. I mean, it'll definitely do something for him in that.
He might be able to beat like the MMA scrubs, which I'm sure the first fight he has surely would be
a
against
terrible
someone
fighter,
like that.
Should be at least. Still, I think his chin is going to just betray him there, as it has.
Especially when you got guys
no gloves
with,
for one thing.
Well, no, not boxing gloves.
Yeah, not as
not
big.
Protective gloves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Closer to bare knuckle type of gloves than anything, and that's not going to be in Cintron's favor at all. I agree.
No. So we'll have to see. Hopefully, he just doesn't do it. So
yep, stick to boxing. There's plenty of people for you to lose to in boxing. I'd rather see that.
Number 1, Zab Judah, who you called out over 3 years ago and still haven't fought.
Yep. Zab Judah, or heck, why should Judah waste his time with Cintron?
Oh, he's got a title. That's the only reason.
He let someone like Collazo.
Yeah, he needs a knockout.
He needs
good,
it more than
impressive
Judah
win.
does.
Yep, absolutely.
Judah will be getting
Judah can knock out
kudos.
most people, so
Anyhow,
Collazo can't. There's one he can.
sticking with Puerto Rican fighters, Tito Trinidad said he's willing to fight De La Hoya to rematch at 160.
Yeah.
With King as the promoter and his father in his corner.
Bad move there.
Bad move on both parts.
Yeah. Well, King has been a good promoter to him, I guess, apparently, but father hadn't been a good trainer to him.
Yep, so that's the worst move of that.
Of course.
Anyhow, Trinidad open to a De La Hoya rematch.
Yeah, and that'd still be huge, obviously.
But it's got to be at 160.
Got to be at 160. I don't see De La Hoya doing that. That's good. Advantage to Trinidad there, definitely at 160. Because De La Hoya does not belong at that weight at all. And Trinidad is a monster there on his power.
The only way I see that happening, De La Hoya should come in at 154.
Yeah, he shouldn't try to make 160 at all.
No, we've seen what happens when he tries that.
And he may get out
Pick your
speeding,
fights.
outboxing. Yeah.
Pick your fight, Sturm or Hopkins.
Yeah, absolutely.
Neither one was very good to him.
Nope. And this is Trinidad, who's much better than Sturm.
And stronger than Hopkins.
Yeah, definitely stronger.
So, yeah. Anyhow, I wouldn't be surprised if they do eventually reach some kind of agreement
Maybe
to make a fight.
157.
Because De La Hoya, something like that. Or, well, De La Hoya doesn't have to come in.
No, he doesn't. That'd be the best thing for
silly.
him.
Let Trinidad come in at 160.
Yep.
But it has to be 160.
Or
no
higher. No higher, of course.
And then De La Hoya come in at 155.
Yeah.
Or 154.
Or yeah.
Or whatever.
Absolutely. But you gotta go with Trinidad at 160. I would go with Trinidad. So
I'd pick
who knows? Trinidad's been off for a while now. Of course.
Right now, I'd pick De La Hoya. Decision. I would.
We'll have to see. It's a
We'll
toss-up.
have to see if it gets made.
Yeah.
Because who knows? Anyhow.
So also, sticking on De La Hoya just for a little bit.
Him and
Mayweather's leaning more and more towards wanting to do a rematch. It looks like they talked with both fighters on the HBO replay when they showed their fight. Talked with both of them for quite a while. Mayweather actually even said, "Well, it looks like we're going to have to do Mayweather De La Hoya Part 2 or something like that." So obviously, probably really wanting to fight.
I think it's in Mayweather's best interest because it's the biggest money fight for anyone.
Yeah, against De La Hoya, of course.
So the thing is, though, Mayweather's going to want more money.
Yeah, than De La Hoya, or even half, even as much.
He'll want more money than he made the last time, even.
Yeah.
He'll want an increase in pay, deservingly so.
Yeah.
I don't think De La Hoya is going to be willing to give him much of an increase, if any.
Yeah.
At least if any comes out of his end, that's not going to happen. And so that's the problem I see with that match getting made, and it's a big enough problem for these two greedy guys to stop the fight from being made.
Which they have every right to be greedy, whatever.
I kind of disagree that they have right to be that greedy to not make the fight at all. Which I'm fine if this fight doesn't get made.
Don't need a rematch.
I was satisfied with the first fight.
Definitely.
Fully satisfied. Sure, I'd love to see Mayweather do it again.
And better, even.
Yeah, it's hard to beat 10 rounds to 2, but there's 12-0, I suppose.
Absolutely, and a knockdown or two, maybe.
I suppose, but
if Mayweather stood toe-to-toe with him for the whole fight, I think he might have a good chance at stopping him, actually. Because, for one thing, he could swell De La Hoya's eyes up, have to stop it, something like that. I don't think he knocks him out for a 10 count, obviously.
Yeah, but, unless he hits him with a weak-ass body shot. But anyhow, seriously though, yeah, I don't really see a Mayweather knockout over De La Hoya, really, unless he's just wailing on him. But TKO type stoppage.
Yeah, TKO. I don't see a KO.
But
can't pick that. But there's plenty of other opponents for Mayweather. Love to see him go that route instead, really.
Yeah.
But Mosley, number one, of course.
Judah rematch, number one for me.
Well, yeah, eventually. But that isn't happening right now.
Yeah, we know that's not happening.
That's a ways off.